Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video for Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. This is Chapter 2, A Remembrance of Time. So this one starts off great. Here's the return of Luca, kind of dressed like Tenzin from Uncharted 2. And this is funny. I like these moments between Bayonetta and Luca. Always trying, never succeeding, and hitting walls as a result. So something about this game that is bugging me a little more in this than it did in the first game is the amount of cursing. Now, I don't mind cursing, and sometimes the more the better. But in this game, it just feels really forced. Like they're just doing it to have it in there and trying to be edgy or whatnot. It's not poetic or funny the way it is in something like The Big Lebowski or Pulp Fiction or even Goodfellas. It's just feels forced, and it stands out when it happens. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. And I don't mind if they have it in there every once in a while, but in this game it just seems quite excessive. And I know in an earlier video I said that Platinum Games took everything from the first game and kind of cranked everything up to 11. Well, the cursing is no exception, and it does happen a lot. So if that bothers you, it might bug you in this game just because of the amount of it. So anyway, getting back to this level, I kind of do a little pause there to look at the surroundings. Again, this game has fantastic outdoor areas, and this one's pretty cool. In Rapture, this enemy, the first time I faced it, just pretty much destroyed me, and I think after the fight is over, I think I might have gotten stone for damage. I think I took like 2,400 in damage. So I got destroyed in this particular battle. And that's pretty common, facing off with a new enemy for the first time. Something that is apparent when I go on message boards and read about people playing Bayonetta or Bayonetta 2 for the first time. The question they always ask is, wow, is this game supposed to be this hard? And it is. And I think that could be discouraging to a lot of people, but I think there's enough help out there on the internet, and a lot of the reviews say this, is that your first time through these games, it can be pretty painful, but at the same time you do learn as you go, and by the time you're at the end of the game, if you go back to an earlier stage, you'll realize, wow, I've gotten pretty good at combos. I've really gotten good at evading. I've picked up some accessories and new moves that I can use, new weapons. And so I think that's one of the best parts about this game, is that feeling of growth. No matter how small or incremental it might seem at first, it's there. And I've already put 10 or 12 hours into this game. I'm only on chapter, I think, 5 right now. But I've gone back and I've played the prologue dozens of times to try and pure platinum it, and I haven't. I haven't yet. I've pure platinumed each of those verses a few times a piece, but never in one run. And so that's a challenge, is to do it all in one so that you get the pure platinum rating for the entire chapter. And so I've done that on the other boss level, which I believe is chapter 3, which will be the next one. And yeah, it's just really fun. So one note on those cutscenes, something I didn't really like in the first Bayonetta was those sort of static cutscenes where the characters are talking and the camera's moving, but nothing's really in motion. The characters are kind of still, so it's sort of like this hybrid comic book / movie thing. And they kind of continue that in here, and again, I think it's probably just a stylistic choice that Platinum made, but I much prefer the fully animated ones. And so here, after the world kind of unlocks, you get the LP to get your second, third weapon, actually, the Kafka, which I believe is a bow and arrow. I haven't used it in battle. I've only tried it out a little bit in practice. But yeah, for the most part, I tend to stick with the guns or the swords. I I haven't messed around with too many of the weapon combos. I'm sure there are much better ones that yield higher scores and such, but haven't done that yet. And here's a good example. The next fight here, he's from the prologue, and I struggled with him for a while early on, but now that I'm fighting him here, it feels much easier, and you know what he's going to do. And there's still these neat little extras you could do by punishing him in a different way than you did when you were with John. And then the climax here is different. You summon this frog. And another nice touch from the first Bayonetta is when you do summon them and they take out the angels act scared and they run, or they do these funny little animations. So it does add this level of personality to the enemies that isn't in a lot of games. So I really do appreciate that about this series. So here's another Muspelheim, I guess that's how you say it, challenge, and these are hidden all throughout each level. And this one you just have to defeat all the enemies in a single combo, which isn't that hard. As long as you keep firing, doing long presses. I believe even if you get hit, your combo will be saved. You just got to not waste too much time between strikes. And for this particular one, I get platinum even though I don't take any damage, but I just take way too long in dispatching enemies. I do leave one in the background somewhere. So after I take these guys out, I thought it was done, but I think there's one or two more. Here's one guy over here. And then I'm like, okay, is it going to pop up? Oh no, there's one more. So I have to go get him and take care of him. And I think you get a broken witch heart here. Yep. So yeah, these are fun, and I do like that they feel much better in terms of difficulty or ease of difficulty. So that's the end of the chapter. You just got to kick a door open and you walk through. Nothing very major, no big bosses. So kind of a strange way. I missed two of them there, and I got a silver award, which is Luca. So not my best performance. No pure platinums in that particular run. So yeah, it's already getting pretty tough. And then you unlock these verse cards for Tag Climax, which is a two-player online mode. Haven't messed with that yet, but probably will in the very near future. So anyway, that is Chapter 2, and I will see you in Chapter 3. Thanks for checking this out.